basically weird. I've seen folks on their worst days, lost in despair, guiding them through a crisis, showing them there, telling you that you got this. We can show you as well if you tune into our podcast.
Welcome you on this journey with me and my son, Rashawn, who's going to be here as my co-host. Rashawn, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, my name is Rashawn McNeil Lee. I'm an inspired electrician. Work here for the IBEW Local 22 here in Omaha, Nebraska. I was born in Fort Hood, Texas, but raised in Omaha. Really my upbringing, just really working with her, having her show me the ropes. She's been going through a lot of things that's been inspiring, been life-changing, and I'm really here to just be here for support and also give y'all my little outlook on life as I develop and further venture into it.
So I think it's important to start by really truly giving the origin story behind how the Hypervigilant Mindset podcast came to be. I've been pushing for a podcast for everybody else since about 2018. And I kept having people tell me no. So it became one of those things that weighed heavy on my heart. I would go around the country actually, and just meeting people and them wanting me to share my story. So the hypervigilant mindset is really about the power of perception. We're going to begin to unravel the concept of hypervigilance and discuss its origins in regards to high stress professions. For those individuals who do not know, I am a fire captain. I am one of the only Black females for my organization. Not one of the only, I am the only Black female in my organization. And just my experiences in navigating spaces where I am the only. I'm a single parent. I have two sons, Rashawn, who's 21 here, and then my other son, Legend, who is 3. So 18 years of a difference between the two and the challenges that it presents as being a single mom and a mom all over.
Yeah.
And so we just want to really truly create a safe space for others, one that allows individuals to be exactly who they're meant to be in the way that they're meant to be it, and truly let our story be an example, hopefully one of hope and encouragement about what is possible when you really truly dig deep and believe that your abilities are bigger than whatever situation you're in.
Exactly. Just really that's what we're here for, is just kind of be able to be that outlet for somebody that's going through a tough time and having a hard time, trying to even navigate that, and hopefully we can give y'all some keys, some little pointers that y'all can add to y'all lives and implement, and y'all see a difference, and it work, And
it's just like the theme song said, we want to create a safe space where we all belong. As a mom, I'm always that one who's opening the arms and saying, come here, what's going on? I see you don't look like yourself today. And this is a space for you.
Yeah.
Even if you can't completely relate to the stories, just understanding that it takes a village.
Yeah.
You're not alone. And even when you feel like you may be alone or that the burden becomes too overwhelming, know that there's someone out there with a story that may be similar to yours.
Yeah.
And we want to bring you those anecdotes and those stories of success so that you can really have living examples of what that may be for you in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I'm in totally agreement with that. So really, let's kind of get into your background with just the workforce and the challenges that you had with just coming up in your 15 years of your experience of being a firefighter.
So I've been a firefighter or in the fire service with my current organization for 15 years. I've been in the realm of EMS for over 22. And I tell people all the time, EMS and fire is a trauma business. On top of those things, I'm also certified law enforcement. So I've experienced hypervigilance at its best, to be trained in a way that really puts you on your toes, to be at a place of heightened awareness for your safety and survival. One of the things that you will see on our logo, it says hypervigilant mindset. It's not sensitivity, it's survival. Because with hypervigilance, it's a overactivity or over stimulation or a high level of alertness. And usually is a result of a trauma that happened. It could be an accident. It could be anything that would cause someone to be triggered. And it's the way that the brain allows you to survive. So, how can you use those survival techniques to really be your best self and really engage in the world around you in a real positive way? So, just knowing that I'm a trauma kid. I don't know if you're individuals out there knows about the ACEs or Adverse Childhood Experiences quiz. It's one that you take and it assesses the experience that you had in your childhood prior to the age of 18. The theory behind it is that those experiences mold you and could potentially be the baseline for a lot of health issues and problems that you may experience as an adult. It also kind of can be used in a predictive way to figure out whether or not you're going to be successful. Um, Sadly to say, I scored 10 out of 10, which you want to get the lowest score possible and not the highest. So just with understanding how high I scored and the level of success that I've had, and how do you do that when all the odds are against you and there's very few things in your favor based on how you grew up, what you've seen, and what you've experienced. So I think that it's important. I have a testimony, I have a story that really truly coincides with the success I have experienced up to this point.
That's nice.
You know, yeah.
My thing is, like, what did you do coming from the background and the trauma that you had, just, as a kid and just even as an adult? What did you do to kind of get your mind to where when you was in that position where you just felt like all hell's breaking loose, like, how did you get yourself out of that to where you was like, I need to get back in control and I need to keep going because I have a bigger purpose than the now that's here right now?
It started early. I was always a smart kid. I learned how to read when I was 2. Believe it or not, I was reading the Old Testament by the age of 3 out loud in church. And so Job used to be my book of choice, and it talked about the trials and tribulations of Job and how he stayed faithful. And if you're not a religious person, I'm sorry, but that's my story and that's my truth of what I navigated. And I remember, really truly holding on to those teachings. And I had a book, it was yellow, that I got from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Believe it or not, we weren't Jehovah's Witness, but it was my book of Bible stories. And it was easy to read and it had pictures. And it talked about the tests and trials that Job went through and really truly engaging in what that looked like for him on the other side of the bad stuff. Like, you go through stuff for a reason. And I believe that the culmination of my experiences were meant to be shared, were meant for people to hear about, because they're unbelievable to a degree. Like, even my own family, like, well, I don't even understand how you made it. How you doing what you're doing. But like, I always believed there was something more for me outside of the things that were happening around me. So I'm just here to share that ray of hope and be that lighthouse that someone may need, and that beacon of light in a dark space, and really truly create that safe environment that allows people to share their truths. And one of the things we really struggled with was a name for the podcast. And one day I'm sitting at a computer, and next thing you know, I'm like, Hypervigilant Mindset. Because I would be told when I was going through the thick of the things that I was going through, I was being sensitive. People were really, truly minimizing my experience. And these are the things that I see. This is happening to me. I'm not making it up. I'm just aware because of what I've been through. And I'm sorry, but I don't like that for me. Could you please stop? I'm not a put your head down kind of girl. Just let somebody abuse and mistreat who I am as a person. So I fight back. And it's not violently, it's just to be aware. And I think that this podcast is just about that. It's about awareness. It's about truths of who we are in the human experience. And the reality is no one's exempt from a bad day. And the reality is, in addition to being a first responder, I am a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, like I'm a friend. So those things are contextually important to the greater scheme of what we have.
It definitely is.
Like as my son growing up, the soul child for a while, and then being in a household with a single parent, like what was that like for you? And how do you want to really truly leverage those experiences for the people who may be listening?
I mean, growing up in a single parent household and the way that I grew up, it was challenging. At times I felt like I grew up fast. I had to mature a little quicker than my peers, for sure. But the main thing for me is just like, when you was gone for 24 hours, I didn't have nobody. It was just me for the most part sometimes, or I'm with somebody else, but they don't have kids around. It's just me at the same time that's watching me. So it's just like, my thing is, and my issue for me is that I realize just growing up and just trying to self-reflect and get better is that I have a hard time opening up. I have a hard time talking because I didn't really have that person that was there all the time talking to me when I needed it the most. So just now transitioning, fast forwarding a little bit to now, it's just like, that's what I'm catching up on. That's what I'm lacking in. And this is going to help me get more comfortable with just talking and being able to express the way that I feel in a respectful way, not in a, negative or a bad way, or not stepping on people's toes, because that's not what I want to do. You see how my voice is right now. It's monotone. It's dry. Come off like a little butthole sometimes, but I'll be cooling. I'll be chilling for real. I ain't gonna lie. But, I'm just trying to work on my demeanor and work on the way that I'm portraying myself in the environment that I'm in, and just watching you growing up, that's what I kind of saw. I saw, okay, I know I'm not the best right now, but I still have to keep it together, and keep this fort, tight. And I feel like that's what I do still. I still keep that face on. Like, I know that I'm not feeling the best, but I know that I have people there that's depending on me, that needs me, so I still got to go hard. I still got to try and not give up. The main thing is keep trying, keep doing. Don't give up. Don't stop when things get tough, because that's a true testament to your faith, to just whatever hope you have in you. You got to keep going, because it's bumpy now, but it's a light at the end of every tunnel, man. On me. So you got to always have that in the back of your mind, especially when you're going through something that's deep and dark and you feel like there's nobody that understands you. You feel like you can't talk to anybody, or when you do talk, it's like, it's not it didn't come the way that you wanted. You know, you didn't get that response that you was hoping to get. But you know, you got to keep rolling with the punches and just keep moving. You know, and that's what I learned from my mom as well. Just sometimes you're not gonna get what you want. You're not gonna get the outcome that you wanted, but you got to keep rolling. You kind of gotta freestyle a little bit. You know, somebody knock you off your pivot, you got to find a way to get back on track. You know, and not let that affect you to where you fail. The main thing, we want y'all to win and not fail. We want y'all to just win in life. Y'all don't have to be the richest person, but we want y'all to be the happiest person. And that's what's truly important, because people that's here right now, like my mom, for instance, she can be gone any moment. Same with me. With my career that I do, I can be gone any moment because it's dangerous. But you got to cherish the ones that's here, because you don't know. You know, nobody do. So just live life, enjoy it, you know, and always just see the good in something, even when it's just terrible, because there's going to be days where it's bad. I seen them on me. And look at me now. I got a baby on the way. I'm going to be a dad, you know? So it's like, that's like the most exciting thing ever, just looking forward to a new life that you created. And hopefully I'll be a good dad and instill a lot of good things that my mom instilled in me, and probably instill some different positive things in my kids too. So,
and this podcast is our way of bonding and our way of communicating with each other, and really truly sharing a journey that is separated by years of experience versus someone coming into their own.
That's figuring it out, you know.
And it's unique because it's a mom-son duo, and it's us really truly sharing our truths. And he said something in regards to being introverted, and that was my biggest fear. How can I bring my son out of his shell so that he's willing to share the best parts of him? You know, like that get missed because he's not that guy out in the front making the most noise, but he has that ability. I've seen it. He played basketball. He's a state basketball champion, and you know, just really truly able to tap into those things about himself when it's needed and when it was necessary. And we just want to help you through whatever you may be going through. And if it's us sharing our stories and our conversations as we maneuver as mom and son through this life and the things that we share with you, so be it. And that's really truly the beauty of it. We want to have fun. We want you to have fun and know that we are here. We have an open door policy, and like the intro song said, everyone is welcome. We all welcome. Ain't nobody here to be left out. We're not going to tell you can't come because you have a different set of beliefs. You have a different way of thinking. That's the beauty of being human. We all hold value, and we all have a place in this world that is uniquely beautiful and uniquely designed for the individual who possesses it. And no one can take that away from you. No matter how hard they try, they can only take it away if you allow it.
If you just stop believing, you know, and I got prime examples every day, you know, just with just some of my family members, you know, they stopped believing, man. And it hurt, because when we was kids, I seen it. Like, they had a lot of, you know, potential. They got a lot of talents, you know, but it's the way that sometimes your upbringing, how you was taught as a kid, you know, that affects a lot on how you are as an adult as well. So it's just like, it's a lot of things that people have to realize. The way that you are is bad habits from how you were raised. So you have to break that, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be a journey. But if you really want that for yourself, you want to change the dynamic on how you live, listening to us will probably get you in the right direction. You know?
One of the things I truly believe is that most people experience this world through the lens of their experience, meaning we judge others based on what we know for ourselves. And a lot of the times we put ourselves into positions to feel feelings that may not be facts. And we're here to walk you through all of those things. You know, I had to learn that just because you feel it doesn't make it fact. What's actually happening, and why are you hurt, and what things actually happen to make those a trigger for you. There's certain words that trigger me, but I'm aware of those words, and I create my own solace and safety net.
Yeah.
And we're here to really truly make the Hypervigilant Mindset podcast that safe space for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just here with open arms, you know. We give you a virtual hug. You know, I'm giving you one right now. Yeah. Showing y'all the love, man. And hopefully y'all show us the love back. And y'all keep tuning in.
Because we're here to engage you with conversations, personal stories of triumph and success, and really truly reinforce the beauty in you and help you understand that a hypervigilant mind is a good mind, especially when you're turning it inward and trying to figure out how you can be your best self and how are you showing up. And the best quote I ever heard someone tell me was, "It's not about you, but it's all about you."
Yeah.
And it's really being mindful of who you are in the present space that you exist in and what you bring to the room.
Yeah.
And we want that to be positive energy.
Yeah.
And how can you manifest your best self in understanding that sometimes it's not about you?
Yeah.
But you have to be very conscious that it is about you and how you really represent yourself in the spaces that you exist in, whether that's your home life, work environment. No one owes you anything. And it's really, truly your personal journey and your personal commitment to you.
Yeah.
And people always say all the time, like even in relationships, people are looking for other individuals to make them happy.
Yeah.
How do you find the happiness in yourself? And if you are like me and have spent a lifetime surviving, what do you do when you're safe and no longer in a survival space?
Yeah.
And we are really, truly going to delve into that. We have great guests who talk from everything from leadership. I'll share my story in full with you from my experiences of being married at the age of 19 to really my journey to where I'm at now. And we hope that you join us in this whole experience and let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you think. You can follow us on all platforms that stream podcasts and also go to our website, hypervigilantmindset.com. Leave us a message, info@hypervigilantmindset.com. Let us know what you want to hear and we'll make sure we get back to you.
And also follow us on Instagram at Hypervigilant Mindset. That's up as well.
And we got Twitter. It's at HVM Podcast. And so we out here.
You know, tap in. As my peers would say, tap in, man. You got to tap in, you know, or get near on me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to bring some of my friends too, you know, just kind of give y'all a different perspective, the young outlook on how we see in life right now as young adults in this world. So it's not going to just be all mature and experienced people. We're going to give a whole variety of everybody. So y'all know how to do it because I already know it's going to be people like you and I the same age or even younger, you know, who knows? But I know the younger, the more guidance, you know, you need it. So it's like y'all can get a little bit of words of wisdom for us and we touch our soul a little bit, make your heart dance a little bit. You know, that's the main thing. We're just trying to get good vibes, positive energy.
Yeah. And we want to keep being here as a resource.
Yeah.
So know that we got y'all. And that was that Issa Rae. But you know, we are here. And one of the original titles that we thought of was Let's Be Us.
Yeah.
Because we're coming to you raw, unedited in many instances, so that you know the true us. We're not going to take a whole bunch of takes to get it right. We are out here dropping factual experiences that have happened in real time, and we're sharing those. And it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's mistakes that were made, and and it's not fun, but you know what? We're going to always turn that negative into a positive.
Yeah.
And make sure you understand that there's a bright side. There's a silver lining.
Yeah.
Whatever analogies you want to use, there's always a reverse side of a coin. And bad days don't last always.
Yeah.
So know that we got y'all.
Yeah.
And we're going to be here in whatever capacity works for you. And that you can take away a lot, you can take away a little, but whatever you choose to do, take away something.
I'm Rashawn.
And I'm Sheena. And this is the Hypervigilant Mindset Podcast. Thanks for joining us.
We